An off-season switch to a new team proved to be no issue whatsoever for Cody Swanson during the season-opening Carbonite Classic USAC Silver Crown race at Lucas Oil Raceway, after rain pushed Friday night's show to a rare 10 a.m. feature start time. Swanson stormed right out of the gates with a new team at LOR's .686-mile paved oval to score his 6th series victory at LOR, equaling his brother as the all-time winningest Silver Crown driver at the track. Swanson and his Doran Enterprises Beast Ford trailed early, but as we've seen before, all that meant was that Cody had him right where he wanted.
Gordon goes to work, as well as Bobby Santos' spotter. Is it coming? Normally it's Bobby's dad who spots for him. That's Mike Higginbottom right in front of him. There goes Bobby Santos at the last minute, dug down low. And look at Cody trying to get underneath him in two.
It's the same move that got Swanson the second position away from defending series champion Justin Grant. Swanson knows that if he's going to get him, he's going to have to go lower than them. They continue to work through this 4-pack of lap traffic. Turns 1 and 2 seem to be Swanson's sweet spot. Let's see what he's got this time through.
If you're from Indianapolis, for example, and you appreciated the battles between the likes of a Peyton Manning and a Tom Brady, that's who we've got out here when it comes to pavement short track racing. Those are the two best in the business right now, and they're going at it in grand style at this racetrack.
You cannot get any closer than this, folks. Lap traffic will not decide this race, but it will have something to say about it. Bobby Santos nearly slid up, and now Swanson sees the door open. They're side by side down the backstretch. They normally do the drag racing behind us, Pat, but Swanson gets the lead. Santos crosses him back over. He's going to try to go back to the front, but no. Cody Swanson to the point.
Cody Swanson put the hammer down at the right point. You know that Bobby Santos is muttering right now. He's frustrated. He got bottled up, and he still has two in front of him.
It's a quick moment there. She gathers it back up.
Well, there may have been contact there between the two of them. Too far away for us to tell for sure. Now Taylor's got to regather and focus again. And Logan Seavey doesn't want to give her any time to regroup. He wants to take that spot as well.
You're exactly right. Seavey now sets his sights on the black and red number 55. That's the fight for 5th position. Seavey's got a good run going down the back straightaway here. Can he make anything happen? No. Ferns is able to get deep into that corner, but Seavey rolls good on corner exit. Seavey's going to take a look down into 1 and 2. Now he's going to stay back in line. Fern stays alive for at least one more lap. 6 to go next time by. Yeah. Swanson picks it up. Scheduled to start in second. Got the pole. He took the lead after halfway.
And guess what? He can tie his brother, #1 all-time, and wins the Silver Crown competition here.
30 feature victories. It's the all-time record in the USAC Silver Crown Series. They don't call him the best for no reason. The 5-time champion starts 2021 off on the right foot. Swanson wins it at Lucas Oil.
You know, we have a great race team here. First time with Doran Racing in the Silver Crown Series, and they've been working their tail off, you know, to make this thing better every time. And they didn't give up even through this morning's warm-up. And you know, so early I didn't think I had the car to keep up with them for 100, and just had to hope that maybe we'd have a chance at the end. And luckily, with traffic and the track changing some, maybe it came to us a little bit and gave us a chance. So, man, I'm so grateful for everyone that's part of this team, everyone that supports it. My wife Jordan from the spotter stand. She does so much more for me than just call the race. She's an amazing wife, and very thankful.
So we'll move on to the lap traffic piece a little bit. Cody Swanson, let's hear it for him.
New race car, new engine, new team. For many, those 3 attributes can serve as obstacles or kinks that have to be ironed out in order to find that minute balance between comfort and competitiveness. Shane Cockrum found that, somewhere around lap 1 of the 100-lapper at Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania's Williams Grove Speedway, the first dirt event of the 2021 season for the series, which had been 6 years in the waiting, and his first ever race for the brand new BLS Motorsports team. Those dividends paid off for the Benton, Illinois driver, who lives by the mantra that races are won in the shop.
Bacon through with him, and Bacon does pick up the 2nd spot. Now, Shane Cockrum says, hey, I think I want to jump on that ride. He might try and go for 2 for the price of 1. He thinks better of it. He checks out of it. Jason McDougal goes from 1st to 2nd to 3rd, now back to 4th. Brady Bacon wants to try something on the high side here. Bacon goes right to Justin Grant's right-hand side, but Grant stays at home on the bottom, and it works.
Man, you just got to watch Shane Cockrum here. He is so good at these long races. I've watched it many a times. He just really, really stays patient, works you over, and you know, he'll ride back there and in 5th or 6th for a while. Next thing you know, he's right up next to you for the lead, just like we're having here. So, you know, he's really good with the throttle and the brake together and driving it real straight. You see, he doesn't really miss his marks a whole lot.
Shane Cockrum started this race in 7th. He goes for the lead downstairs in turn number 3. Cockrum gets out in front, slides up. JG turns back to the left. He's going to resume the lead. Grant stays out in front, but he knows Cockrum's there. Cockrum takes a look down the front straightaway, thinks better of it, or maybe he was told to think better of it by JG's tail tank. Grant shuts the door on Justin Grant in that number 91. We near 30 laps to go. Cockrum takes a look around the high side here, but it's not going to work. Once again, Justin Grant brings him down the front straightaway. Brady Bacon might just try to shoehorn his way into second, but Cockrum's able to get back down and cover that battle for the second spot.
Going to hurt you that much. As you see Cottle get up underneath Wyndham there, you know, he's one of the best at running in the bottom.
Race for the lead down into turn number 1. Cockrum saw an opening and he takes it. Shane Cockrum to the front. He brings Chris Wyndham along with him. Justin Grant loses 2 spots in 1 corner. Cockrum solidly now out in front of this one as we're inside of 30 laps to go. The Shane and Shane show might just come down to the last corner of the very last lap. Less than 2 laps to go here at the Grove. Shane Cockrum brings him out of 2 down the back straightaway. Shane Cottle runs in second. Chris Wyndham right back there sitting, watching, waiting in the 3rd position. Could the tables be turned? Could Wyndham have one fall in his lap here at the Grove? White flag waves, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, you see Cockrum right there slowing down as straight as he can just to make sure he doesn't slide that right rear on this last lap because, you know, I know the spotters are talking to him. They can see the same thing we are, but, you know, right here, I think that's about it. You know, if he gets through this corner, I think Shane Cockrum's going to have himself a win.
Cockrum started his 100-lapper in the 7th spot. 100 laps later, he finishes it in the 1st. Shane Cockrum wins the Williams Grove 100.
Yeah, it's been too damn long, let me tell you. You know, we got there in 15. We started racking off wins and started making a name for ourselves. And then we just, I don't know, I guess maybe the success got too sweet and we just backed off. But, man, it's so good to be back in victory lane. Can't thank enough. I'm a brand new race car. Never saw a lap till tonight. Ben Clements from Ben's Lawn Service Trailer Sales, Benton, Illinois, took a chance on me, all his guys. And, you know, we had success with the Hardy Boys and we moved over and started this new team. And, you know, it was really just the unknown. We didn't know what was going to happen. And, you know, I guess hard work pays off. And I kept telling these guys all winter, race are one in the shop. They're one in the shop. So that's what we did. And we got my hair look pretty good, I guess.
And we're ready to go racing.
Tyler Courtney loves Eldora Speedway, and it's easy to see why. It also seems clear that the feeling is mutual. Courtney's route was in the realm of categorical perfection from start to finish, although starting second was the only blemish on an otherwise flawless evening, in which he started on the outside of the front row after killing 2 wheels and a front end that required replacement.
That's a good battle, 2 different lines.
1 lap down, only 49 left to go. And who runs in the 3rd position? None other than defending series champion JG. Justin Grant got away from the green flag cleanly. Nearing 10 laps complete in this one. They will see 10 down next time by 40 laps left in this one. Plenty of time to go. And Pat, as you and I talked about, man, look at J-Mac right there. He is slicing and dicing with his knees in the breeze as they are going all kinds of side by side down through turns 1 and 2 across the backstretch. CJ Leary looks high as Kevin Thomas Jr. looks low. Courtney slides right up. CJ Leary says, all right, I'm going to try and take a look down the inside, down the back straightaway. Leary, Sunshine, side by side. Leary's going to lead through 3. He slides up in front of Tyler Courtney. Courtney tries to cross over.
And this is what we saw a couple of years ago. And there is Kevin Thomas Jr. in the mix of the Sam Pierce Chevrolet, number 26.
Very patient driving by Tyler Courtney right there. Right. He saw CJ Leary come down the back straightaway with that huge head of steam. Leary was able to slide up. He even cleared Courtney. He wasn't even close, but Courtney had the run, building up through 3 and 4. He turned back down to the inside. He took the lead.
And Chris Wyndham, meanwhile, has moved up a spot in Hans Lehn's 97 machine. So Big Daddy's starting to stretch his legs just a bit.
Good fight right here for second. Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to say hi. Now he wants to say bye to CJ Leary and break in that fight up. The driver Pat was just talking about, Chris Wyndham in the number 97, trying to split aces and drive through the middle. CJ Leary, though, stays at home up top. He holds on to second. And in fact, it looks like KTJ is going to wash out, and that allows Wyndham to come down to the inside.
Wyndham's got a lot of momentum going in that 97 machine.
Nearing halfway in this one as 25 laps complete will signify the halfway point. And Pat, they are all over each other. Look at this right here, 2 and 3 wide as this is the battle. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th all over each other down the backstretch.
Yeah, the great thing here is we've got multiple groove racing here at the Big E. Some like it high, some like it low, just like we saw in the SRX race. And that is a phalanx of cars coming down the front straightaway.
Cody Swanson is comfortably in 5th, but then behind him, it is anything but comfortable. Brady Bacon is then that blue and orange number 53. He gets a good run out of turn number 2. He's able to drive away, but right to his inside, that should be the number 57 of Dallas Hewitt. They're slipping and sliding all over turn number 4. Shane Cottle's in the mix. Jake Swanson's in the mix. Justin Grant, CJ Leary, just to name a few.
And the owner of this car is one of America's greatest endurance racers. It is really quite a night here at Eldora Speedway, and maybe a little contact with a wall there. Tyler
Courtney trying to stay perfect up on the high side as he comes around. Doesn't seem to be any damage done to the right rear of that number 9. We are inside of 15 laps to go. His advantage 8.3 seconds. Third place has not died down, not yet. Cody Swanson tries to go around the high side of Kevin Thomas Jr., but KT looks so good in the middle.
But here comes Cody. He's gone to the whip in the 21 machine and may, and I say may, have that position. And he does. He takes it over Kevin Thomas Jr. Sunshine Tyler Courtney with a clinic tonight.
He was the quickest car in hot laps. He missed the Fatheads Eyewear Quick Time Award by just tenths of a second, but he's not going to miss anything here tonight at Eldora Speedway. The biggest Silver Crown field in Eldora Speedway history belongs to Tyler Courtney. Sunshine wins at the Big E.
Courtney's love for Eldora knows no bounds as the Indianapolis, Indiana driver moved into the top 5 all-time in USAC victories at the half mile. The commanding performance also provided the Chris Dyson Racing Team its first ever USAC Silver Crown victory after several close calls in its 4th year of competition with the series.
I love this place, man, and it was a rough start to the day. I killed 2 wheels and a front end and had to change a front end before qualifying and made these guys work way harder than they needed to, but I just had to, I guess, find my limit, and I sure did. But no, thank you to Chris Dyson and Shawn Michael and the 2 guys that came with him this weekend. It's awesome. This is, you know, had a weekend open up and kind of last minute put it together, and I'm glad we did. This is cool. Anytime you get to win at Eldora, especially in a Silver Crown car, is just special.
Justin Grant had to muster every ounce of grit, determination, and moxie on the last lap of the inaugural USAC Silver Crown event on the high banks of Indiana's Winchester Speedway. Driving that point home is the fact that the driver chasing Grant on the green-white checkered dash to the finish, Cody Swanson, boasted his fastest lap of the race on the 100th and final lap in his pursuit of the win. However, Grant was there to answer the bell on that final lap by simultaneously laying down his fastest lap of the entire race on that same 100th and final lap.
Meanwhile, Justin Grant trying to take the 2nd position away from Bobby Santos. He hasn't given up the fight, not yet. Grant, the defending champion, works down the inside of the front stretch. He's going to get the spot. Move JG now up to 2nd. Lap times now belong to Justin Grant. He is the quickest car on the racetrack, 15.772, and Grant just keeps getting quicker and quicker, Pat.
Yeah, and he's able to run that lower groove right there, Tony. I don't know if he can make the move here, but if he gets there and on his hip in turn number 1, he may be onto something, and maybe he got sideways.
Turn number 1 is where the pass started. Turn number 2 is where it ends. Justin Grant assumes the race lead for the first time here tonight on lap number 58. Grant is your new race leader.
Going to be pretty interesting, no doubt about that. As there goes Justin looking to the inside of Shane Cottle. Cody's going to try to decide what to do with Travis Welpott.
What a pace Justin Grant is setting here. Now David Byrne, the next car up in front of him. That's going to be the 6th place running car on track. And then 5th place, Matt Goodnight, the hometown racer in the number 39, set to be put 1 lap down. Justin Grant trying to make it go quickly and painlessly here. Goodnight wants to hold on for everything he's got, but you cannot stop Justin Grant at the pace he's rolling right now.
Justin Grant's on a good roll. Cody Swanson running in the 2nd position.
As they fly down the back straightaway, we're clean and green. White flag's going to wave this time by, Pat. Justin Grant still out in front.
Yeah, Justin Grant got a good start. He's able to hold Cody Swanson at bay at the key He is right here. If he can come off of 2 with the lead and force Cody Swanson to go very low or very high, he's got a chance to do it. Swanson's going to bet on the high side. It's a drag race. Who's going to get it?
Justin Grant.
Now a fully fledged first-time USAC Silver Crown winner on the pavement, the Triumph marked Grant's first of any kind on a hard surface since a BCRA midget feature score in 2006 at California's Madeira Speedway.
Oh, yeah, it's man, it's incredible. I'm so glad to get Ron Himmelgarn a win on pavement, and it's been a while since we won a Corona race in general, so it feels good to get him back in victory lane. NOS Energy Drink, Himmelgarn Enterprises, Super Fitness, MMS, everybody that makes it possible for me to drive this 91 car. Dennis LaCava works his tail off on this thing, and he's a heck of a pavement mechanic and a heck of a pavement crew chief, and he gives me a great car, and I'm finally starting to catch up to it, and it feels really, really good to get him in victory lane, and yeah, to do my first USAC National win with him is it's special. It means a lot. He's brought me to this point, and just really happy to be here with him and all these guys. And you know, we've got NOS Energy Drink on the car this year, and we've kind of struggled a bit to start the year, so this feels really good. I knew early there, like, I was probably running a little hard, but the car was so good, I felt like, it almost feels better running at that pace than it does slowing down. And I knew Cody was going to be tough at the end. He was riding, and I didn't know he was going to be that close at the end. Down the backstretch, I'm like, whoa, I hope we got that. But no, he's awesome at this, and he's a great friend of mine, but to beat him sure feels good.
If Logan Seavey felt he had a score to settle with Pennsylvania half-mile dirt tracks, nobody would blame him, as he entered the Bill Holland Classic at Selinsgrove Speedway. It was at Selinsgrove in which the Sutter, California driver made his first career Silver Crown start on the same weekend 1 year ago. An experience which went swimmingly until the final corner of the final lap when a flat right rear tire sealed his fate. Less than 2 months prior, Seavey controlled Williams Grove until a stripped pitman arm ended his bid for a first career USAC Silver Crown score. But the wait proved to be well worth it, 75 laps later at Selinsgrove.
Jake Swanson into that second position, though Logan Seavey's not exactly letting him walk away with it. And the reason we talk about tires early in this 75 lapper is that you have got to maintain all the rubber you can and take it easy. Leary, red flag waves. We got one over in turns number 3 and 4. Mark Smith. Leary trying to do a little bit better than that here tonight. He's been out front the entire time. He brings us back to the green flag.
And CJ goes into turn number 1. Leads him down the back straightaway. So CJ Leary still out front. He's led, as Tony indicated, a whole lot of laps in this racetrack.
He certainly has, and he's continuing to lead a lot of them here, but Logan Seavey's trying to change that up as the driver from Sutter, California takes a look down the inside out of turn number 4. Seavey's got a good run. He draws a beat on the number 30. Seavey trying to complete the pass down through 1, up through 2. Leary just trying to survive on the top side, but he's going to have to give way to Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey's come by to click off another lap, 23 into this one. His lead, 5.3 seconds. It just continues to grow. Side by side now, the battle for second. Leary continues to stay strong on the top side. They're into lap traffic. Swanson's going to have to get out of it because the lapper down on the inside is a pick for Leary. He'll stay alive in second.
Yeah, that's another example of how you need to look down the racetrack.
But deep in the run in a 75 lapper with the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series, 2 seconds. Well, really, it's not all that much. The lead right there at 2.7 seconds between race leader Seavey and track record holder CJ Leary.
And make it worth there's the 2 to go, indication to Logan Seavey.
Yeah, Warren Alston leans down.
And we're yellow.
Oh, no. The light comes on.
Wow.
Logan Seavey has been dominant. He started this race in the 3rd position. He's led nearly the entire thing. He leads us back to the green flag with 2 to go.
And CJ makes a dive down to the bottom. Can he make it stick? What kind of bite can he get off of 2? He gets a bite, Tony.
He works as hard as he can. He pedals that number 30 down the back straightaway. But Seavey able to keep it wound up on the high side, and Seavey drops down to defend. He runs right along that inside guardrail through 3 and 4. White flag wave. Seavey still out in front.
Pretty smart move there by Logan Seavey. CJ's going to try to go as low as he can. It all depends if he can get get a bite off it too. I don't think he's got enough at the moment.
He just wasn't close enough, Pat. Now Leary has to be wary. He has to play defense because that number 10 of Jake Swanson's been working on him all night. This driver's been dominating him all night. Sutter, California's Logan Seavey wins the Bill Holland Classic.
Yeah, I just really just trying to stay calm. I knew we were fast. Obviously, we had a good car and had speed all day, and you know, we had a pretty decent gap all day, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking knowing, you know, maybe they know something we don't. But I feel like I was going so slow just to take care of my tire, and I know they were doing the same thing, and probably banking on mine being a little bit worse. But yeah, you kind of expect probably a late caution. You know, somebody's going to blow a tire, and 2 to go. Yeah, it's about the worst time it can happen. But such a good race car, Ravi Rice. Thanks to him for just letting me do this, and Ronnie Gardner and everybody, Joe Devin, everybody who works on this thing, and Fatheads Eyewear, Sita, and Lucas Oil for helping us out and getting us over here. You know, I feel like we had a really good chance to win Williams Grove, and had it taken from us. Thank you, man. You know, just had a part failure, but you know, we have speed right now, and that's awesome and cool to get my first Silver Crown win. I love this series, and I know I'm new at it, but I'm just having so much fun.
The green flag
on a night with so much extra cash at stake, every USAC Silver Crown race for Cody Swanson seemingly brings another record, another milestone, another mind-boggling moment that is recorded in the record books. But with so much at play, with all the preceding noteworthy tidbits and the hefty paycheck awaiting, Swanson felt the heart pumping at a bit of a higher rate in anticipation for the inaugural Hoosier Classic at Lucas Oil Raceway in Brownsburg, Indiana.
Swanson out in front, Tanner in second, but I do believe that's Derek Bishak in the third position with David Byrne right behind in fourth.
Now, great qualifying effort by Derek, who sits there in the third spot. David Byrne has been a winner here at this oval, running in the fourth position.
A little bit farther back, there you go. That battle is David Byrne in fourth, trying to run down the 131 of Derek Bishak. Cody Swanson comes around. Tanner Swanson now. It's David Byrne taking a look down to the inside in turn number one. Byrne wants to get him while the getting's good. He's right alongside Derek Bishak. Bishak tries to survive on the high side, but it's David Byrne drawing even and separating himself down into turn number three.
Yeah, had a great run here earlier this year. David Byrne now running in the third position
with 85 laps to go.
And bold move by David Byrne at the start there. Chewy Sandberg's got that car in good running order as they're doing battle, and Derek Bishak getting back in the fray in that red machine.
Yeah, but fortune favors the bold right there, Pat, because David Byrne threw it way down to the inside in turn number one. He waited, and that eventually paid off as he got the pass complete in turn number three. David Byrne takes over the second spot. Ah, he's so close, just not close enough to throw it down there to the inside of the corner. And then right behind him, that 131, that's Derek Bishak, has looked solid all day ever since practice when he laid one of the quickest laps. Here goes Rohrig down to the inside in three. Right. That's Tanner Swanson. That's the race for the third position, but Swanson has played this game before. He stays right there, but Rohrig's going to take over the spot. Yeah. The next trip, we'll see the crossed flags. 50 down, 50 to go. Swanson comes around. Oh boy, Tyler Rohrig keeping that 6 wound up. Rohrig goes all the way down to the flat, turn number one. He's gonna slide up, and he's got second spot here, Pat, as they come around to see the crossed flags. 50 down, 50 to go for your race leader, Cody Swanson, at the line.
How many race wins has Bob East had as a crew chief, builder, mechanic at this racetrack? I can tell you right now, it's a ton.
Into 3 and 4, 7 to go. Swanson's your leader.
That Doran team group, many of them standing on the pit wall trying to peer down the back straightaway. They've got to have butterflies for themselves as they watch their driver up front. They know they got a special talent.
Oh, contact between Tanner Swanson and the 26 of Aaron Pierce.
Oh, and hard contact then follows. That's Nathan Bird then involved.
Oh, man. He's out, but he's none too happy.
He's not happy, no.
And he lets Tanner Swanson know it. Out of 4, green flag waves, 2 to go here in Brownsburg.
It looked like David Byrne was interested in getting a little aggressive in that 40 car. Oh, Rohrig hangs with him there.
Yeah, Rohrig has the best restart we've seen in the last few as far as sticking with Swanson. Byrne took a big look. Now Bobby Santos wants to take a look for that final step on the podium. Third place is up for grabs. White flag waves. Swanson has 1 trip to go.
I'll tell you, but he cannot have the slightest mistake.
Trouble for David Byrne as he's slow on the top side of the racetrack down the front straightaway.
Is it fuel?
Cody Swanson 4/10 of a second, the gap last time by. It may be more, it may be less, but what I can tell you, it's not going to matter because Cody Swanson is $50,000 richer. He wins the Silver Crown race here at the inaugural Hoosier Classic.
After winning the sprint car feature and finishing third in the midget earlier in the evening, the Kingsburg, California native wrapped up the night with a dominant picture-perfect Silver Crown performance to sweep the season series at LOR. Swanson's take-home pay of $77,600 totaled the richest day for any driver walking out of a Lucas Oil Raceway USAC event, surpassing the $60,280 captured by Dave Steele following his sweep of the Mopar Twin 25 midget races in 2002.
Yeah, I mean, boy, like I said earlier, I'm just so blessed. God has blessed me with so many wonderful people in my life. If you know my wife, you already know that I've been blessed far beyond what I could ever deserve. She is wonderful, and she is not only my teammate in this life, but also on this race team, and does a great job for us spotting. But Kevin Dorn and everybody that's a part of this 77 team have been working really hard and worked really hard today, and I was probably a little grumpy just because the pressure is getting to me, and I know what's at stake, but everybody kept working and never quit. And boy, I'm really thankful for the opportunity to race for them, the opportunity to race in front of all you fans, and what we've done here at Lucas Oil Raceway this year. So, man, I mean, Glen Farms and Likens Energy and Fatheads Eyewear, how about it for them supporting open wheel racing like they do? And like I said, I'm just really thankful to be part of this and to be driving for this race team.
It's time.
Cody Swanson knew he had a long road to hoe, starting from the 23rd position during Saturday afternoon's Bittenhausen 100 at the Illinois State Fairgrounds. As it turned out, he didn't even need the full 100-mile distance to make it to the lead. The Kingsburg, California native carved his way through the field to take the lead on lap 61 and was in just the right spot when Mother Nature called with 76 laps complete.
Could Jerry Coons Jr. lead this lap? See if he's going to go to the outside and challenge.
How good did Jerry Coons Jr. look on that start? How good does Logan Seavey look this time by? Who's going to lead lap number 1?
It's going to be Logan Seavey. Boy, good stuff, too. Awful good racers right there. The likes of a Cody Swanson, the likes of Shane Cockrum, and we got a battle there, and there is Swanson racing hard, Tony.
Jake Swanson right around that inside guardrail. Here they come, a battle for the lead down the front straightaway. Jake Swanson shows his tail tank to Logan Seavey. We've got a new race leader, 83 to go. It's the driver from Anaheim, Jake Swanson out in front. Coons Jr. right there. You see him down the middle of the back straightaway. He's in the number 55. Here comes Cody Swanson, your Fatheads Eyewear Quick Time Award winner. He elected to change tires. He went to the back of the field. They come out of turn number 4. 5th place up for grabs here. Cody Swanson trying to stay right in Jerry's tire track. He hasn't gotten it yet.
Now we'll keep an eye on Cody going into turn number 2. Cody Swanson ducks to the outside. Drag race down the back straightaway, and it looks like Cody's there. Jerry Coons Jr. getting pretty racy in Patty Bateman's 55 car.
Look at that. One more time. Seavey might have enough here. There he goes.
And Cody Swanson is interested in maybe starting to get some headway as well.
It's Cockrum. Stays right on the inside of Jake Swanson. Cockrum's got 4th. Now, Cody Swanson down to the inside on Logan Seavey. The race lead, it's up for grabs. Logan Seavey turns back down hard left to the inside, and that allows Carmen Perigo to fight for second. Perigo trying to go from 3rd to 2nd. They drag race down the back straightaway. Perigo on top, Swanson down low, Perigo into 2nd.
Oh, that's close. Oh, almost. Carmen Perigo all the way sideways.
So after the close quarters racing right there between Carmen Perigo and Logan Seavey, Cody Swanson able to move back into the 2nd position. Perigo slips back to 3rd. Shane Cockrum right there in 4th aboard the number 71. Down to 2/10 of a second. It's going to be a lot less than that this time by.
And there goes Cody. There goes Cody. As Cody Swanson turned his fastest lap. Unbelievable. That's tight action there.
Finally, the 08 Kyle Steffens. He'd been working on Perigold for a while. Wrestles it away. Contact down in turn number 1. Big impact.
Hard hit.
One driver pirouetted. The 2 of Patrick Lawson and the 48 of Nathan Moore. How about this for timing? The red flag gets lifted. The yellow flag waves, and it's getting a little wet back there on the back straightaway, it looks like. The red flag is out. As rain begins to fall, they're going to bring the field right down along the inside wall.
3 years since his most recent win on the dirt, Swanson led the final 16 miles of what became the Bittenhausen 76, marking the first rain-shortened race for the USAC Silver Crown Series in 23 years, and for Cody, was the second furthest back any winner has started at Springfield in the USAC Silver Crown Division.
It's been 3 years, right? Not that it's been bothering me, right? So, no, I mean, I'm really appreciative of the opportunity and the job that Sean and Brandon, Wink, and Ryan did today, and that he did in the weeks coming up to this, right? He prepared a great car, and Chris Dyson gives him a great opportunity, and me too. And so I'm thankful to be part of it. Thankful to the fans for coming out, staying out. Sorry about the rain, but I mean, it was a swamp in 3 and 4 before we even stopped. So I understand the decision, but I know we wanted to get to the Bettenhausen 100, but like I said, appreciate the opportunity and everybody coming out, and like I said, just thankful to be part of this.
You had to go all the way to the tail because you made that decision to change your right rear tire. Do you think without that decision, despite starting at the back, that you could have gotten this done on the original tire you started on?
I don't know, right? We didn't think so. So I mean, we changed the tire because I made an error qualifying. I ran it harder than I needed to, spun the tire harder than I needed to, and blistered it, and we weren't sure if it was going to make it, right? So rather than wonder all race if we can make it, you put a tire on and you go and you be on the attack and you do your job and get it done. And these guys gave me a great race car, and thankful to be able to pass some cars and be part of it there at the end. And hey, to see Justin Grant's misfortune and a bunch of great racers up there and to be able to sneak away with one, I'm really proud of, and I get real emotional anyway. I want to thank my wife for spotting. But there's another young lady on my mind. Her name's Jordan Rich. She's got to be 21, 22. She's battled leukemia twice, and they just found out she's got like mold or some sort of a fungus that's attacking her. And man, I pray for a miracle. Pray that you guys would join me in that, and just appreciate it.
In Brian Tyler's storied USAC Silver Crown career, which has spanned 3 decades, perhaps none were more improbable than his performance in a Monday matinee at the DuQuoin State Fairgrounds. After the BCR group parted ways with longtime driver Shane Cottle, the Parma, Michigan driver took the reins of the number 81 for his first series start in 2 seasons. Tyler returned to the series in grand fashion to steal their lunch money, so to speak, at the Magic Mile.
Matt Westfall forces the issue right there on Shane Cottle and is able to move around a little bit, and it's a race for second. Brian Tyler now around Cochran. He's going to bring Jake Swanson with him. It's a 2-position swing for second. Move the 81 now to the runner-up spot.
One of the last times we saw Brian Tyler, he looked to be in position to win the famed Hoosier 100. Ran over a header. It ended his day. He still knows how to run up front, as he's showing right now.
Last time by, Brian Tyler cut race leader Cody Swanson's lead down to 1/10, nearly 2/10. Oh, one upside down over in turn 1. That looks like the 18.
That Travis Wellpot.
So red flag waves as Wellpot upside down over in the first turn. Field comes back out of turn number 4. Green flag waves. We're back to racing in DuQuoin. Logan Seavey takes a big look to the inside. That's the race for 3rd position. Jake Swanson has it. Logan Seavey wants it. They slide up the track a little bit, but Tyler looks so good from the middle of the corner to exit. He's able to reel in Cody Swanson just a little bit each time down that back straightaway.
Boy, those 2 cars have created separation. No doubt about that. As Tom looks down the straightaway. Here they come. Here comes Tyler.
Cody Swanson now up on that tail tank of the Clad Enterprises number 6, driven by Jason McDougall. And now Tyler sees an opening. Tyler drives right along the inside. Tyler takes over the race lead.
Unbelievable. You rarely see that. And Brian Tyler has taken the lead just a little bit shy of the halfway point of this 100-mile affair. Cody Swanson's engine is sour.
The 9 right up along the inside guardrail, down turn number 2. That car is sick. I'm not sure it's going to even be able to make it down the back straightaway, Pat. The number 81 of Brian Tyler takes him down into turn number 1.
Jerry Coons Jr. driving hard at the bottom of the 55. Jerry Coons Jr. goes to the whip.
That time by both Jerry Coons Jr. and Matt Goodnight made their quickest laps. Logan Seavey pulls right up alongside Jake Swanson. Logan Seavey around now for the second position down the backstretch. Now Seavey takes a look to the outside, down the front straightaway. 8 to go.
Boy, Seavey really made a move on the outside there, trying to make something happen. Brian Tyler's going to have to hit the go switch as they head down the back straightaway.
That was as close as Seavey has been.
Right. He almost pulled even down the straightaway. Now Tyler's taking on the bottom. Seavey's got a little higher on the racetrack. He'll try to slingshot around. Here comes Brian. Here comes Logan. Malcolm Lovelace has to be pacing right now. His crew chief, Curtis Williams, there's the white flag.
So there they go. They string across the start-finish line. 99 laps of focus, 99 laps of concentration for Brian Tyler. It's worked his way all the way up to the front. He battled with Cody Swanson. He's been dominant for the second half, Pat.
He got the call to run this race. Ladies and gentlemen, in the history of this event, this is one of the most improbable stories of all time. Brian Tyler comes down. Brian Tyler looks at double checkers, and he's done it.
Tyler's performance put him in the win column with the series for the first time in more than a decade, and at 53 years, 10 months, and 10 days old, he became USAC Silver Crown's oldest race winner.
You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I think we still got it. You know, I got to thank the guys on the 81 car. They give me a really good car, and you know, I've taken a couple years off, not by choice, just under circumstances of what's been going on. And, you know, it feels really good to be back. And, you know, I love the miles anyhow. Well, I've raced with Cody a long time and some of these other guys. And, you know, I knew if I could keep the pressure on Cody that sooner or later he was going to make a mistake. And then once I got the lead, the biggest thing I did was just concentrated on hitting my marks and trying not to make that same mistake. So, you know, I knew the boys were chomping at the rear bumper, so I just had to be smooth and straight and, you know, try to not make no mistakes. You know, it's fun, and, you know, I've raced DeCoin when it was a day show, probably before most of these kids were born. So I think I might have had a little upper hand on them.
After finishing second in the first 2 legs of the Four Crown Nationals earlier in the night at Eldora Speedway, Logan Seavey felt he had played second fiddle long enough. When it came to the USAC Silver Crown nightcap, Seavey pulled no punches right from the word go.
Back straightaway, fireworks set to unfold over the next 49 laps here at Eldora. Courtney leads lap number 1.
That's a stout race car that Tyler Courtney has. There is Logan Seavey. He's hungry for a championship. Robbie Rice probably has the entrance championship in the bag.
Look at Brady Bacon getting so aggressive on the run down to turns number 1 and 2. These fireworks might last the whole 50 laps as they work their way to complete lap number 2. Logan Seavey now around the outside. The rookie trying to take the lead.
I don't think it goes without denying that he was the surprise winner at Selinsgrove Speedway. Since then, he's been magnificent in this series.
Let's take a look a little bit farther down through the field. Seavey is your leader. Sunshine, Tyler Courtney in second. Cody Swanson third. Shane Cottle up to fourth. And then it's Matt Westfall. Oh, that's Courtney. Sunshine and the Chris Dyson number 9 has trouble. The left rear.
There's the flat right there.
Knocked off of that rim.
Steve Peck, Justin Peck's dad, assists on that team. Turns the wrenches for that 110 car.
And here we go. What will Cody Swanson do in terms of going after his championship rival, Logan Seavey? Well, before Swanson can focus on Seavey, he's got to worry about that 110 of Shane Cottle right behind him, and that is what Seavey loves to see. Swanson's got Cottle and Westfall, 25 down, 25 to go.
Yeah, this is really interesting. And Matt Westfall's having a great run. It would just be a tremendous boost to Matt, who's had a stellar career in his own right. Former Boss Series champion, Nemar's Midget champion, Eldora Late Model champion, to put a Silver Crown win on his resume.
He wants more than that. He goes after Cody Swanson. They're side by side through 2. Swanson has a slight advantage down the backstretch, Pat, but Westfall's trying to change that all.
Boy, that is tight sledding in a Silver Crown car on a slick racetrack, and it looks like it's almost a dead heat. Swanson had him by a hair at the line.
Matt Westfall continues to just go to work down low. He gets a much better run that time through 2, and he's able to take away the second spot. Westfall now in the runner-up spot.
Boy, you know that Robbie Rice is pumping his fist right now, because look at this. Shane Connell's going to try to go with him.
Oh, one
trouble.
around.
Chris Phillips.
And Sunshine. That was Courtney. Oh, man.
CV is second in Du Quoin and Springfield with that Selinsgrove win. That's why he's in the position he's in, and a good start there for Matt.
So Logan Seavey's been the master of these restarts, getting away cleanly, but Matt Westfall, Pat, hangs to the rear tail tank of that number 22 better than anybody we've seen. Yeah, Seavey gets a good run down the back straightaway, but Westfall is keeping Seavey in his sights. That is a good old-fashioned fist fight for third position, but we keep our eyes, as everyone's eyes are on the battle for the lead.
Right, 2 to go. This is getting down to cases now. Obviously, we're interested in what happens with Cody Swanson. He's in a fight for his life for position as well.
Logan Seavey trying to get his second win of his rookie campaign here in 2021 with the USAC Silver Crown Series. Seavey's going to try and use lap traffic as a pick. Matt Westfall easily having the run of his year here in the number 54.
Right, and he can throw caution to the wind. He's not worried about points. He's thinking about victory, and he's putting pressure on right now. Here it comes, drag race to the line, and it's going to be Logan Seavey. Matt Westfall, what a run for Matt.
Seavey's second career USAC Silver Crown victory, the first of which came at Pennsylvania's Selinsgrove Speedway in August of this year, allowed him to close within 1 point of Cody Swanson in the championship standings, entering the season finale at Ohio's Toledo Speedway.
Yeah, it feels awesome. This place is, one of the coolest places you can win at, and we want to win it up, hammering the fence, but, it took rubber. Just, there's a lot of cars here, so it's part of it, but my spotter, Ronnie Gardner, was doing such a good, and crew chief, but was doing such a good job, and we got to the lead right away, and I felt so good on the top, and I was kind of moving around a lot of traffic, and I could feel it gripping up on the bottom, and I didn't really know where to go, and Ronnie was kind of being quiet, letting me do my thing, and, he'd kind of chime in, and, Westfall's gaining, and then he got quiet, and I looked at the board, and he was basically on me the whole time, and, I don't know if moving down on 1 and 2 was the right call, but it worked out. We're here, and I felt so good up on the fence, but I was just really getting worried that, they were just going to go by me in the rubber. So I just can't thank Robbie and Ronnie and Joe and Fatheads Rico and everybody who helps out in this race car to win, 2 crown races in our first season is pretty awesome. So the Kiyosaki family, we have such good engines and awesome race cars. DRC and Joe Devin, it really takes care of us, and that's why we're able to win these races. So I'm just happy to be here driving race cars, and to win Eldora is really, really cool. Sucks to be so close in the other classes and not get it done, but I just have so much confidence when I'm here, and I feel so good about coming back next year. I know I have 3 really good race cars, and it's going to, keep trying.
Cody Swanson possesses the rare and unique talent to make the extraordinary seem commonplace. And for the high majority of Sunday afternoon's USAC Silver Crown season finale at Toledo, he performed just as you would come to expect from the series' winningest driver. The first 83.5 trips around the half-mile paved oval were relatively free of stress for Swanson, but a bit of turn 3 duress nearly derailed both his bid for the race win and another Silver Crown driving title.
In that melee over in turn number 1. Cody Swanson brings us back to green flag racing here at Toledo. 73 laps to go.
Look at, there's Bobby Santos III again trying to make that slightly higher group work. And remember, he's won a midget, a sprint car, and a Silver Crown machine here at Toledo.
David Byrne hot on Swanson's trail. Byrne takes a look on corner entry to the high side, closes right up on the tail tank of Swanson. Cody defends on corner entry to turn number 3. David Byrne tries to dime into the corner, but Swanson's able to pull away just a little bit. Right now, the only thing standing between those two for another legendary pavement battle is Shullsburg, Wisconsin's David Byrne. One around on the back straightaway. Oh, that's going to be the 18 tagging him.
And tough break again for Travis Wellpot.
Wellpot upside down. He slides down the back straightaway. The car lands back. Field comes with an OS restart can. We are racing once again here in Toledo.
And good to be back to action. Cody Swanson wastes no time hitting the button and heads down the back straightaway.
Bobby Santos feels really comfortable in that car, Pat, whether it's up high or down low. He took a look on the high side through both turns, both ends of the speedway. He does it again. Oh, he's got a great race car on the outside. Kyle O'Gara just trying to toe the line down low. Santos gets a good run through 3 out of 4. They're side by side. No, O'Gara shuts the door on him, but Santos has shoehorned his position to the outside. He's going to stay there. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. 3rd position. Give it to Bobby Santos.
Kyle O'Gara was fighting a losing cause there. He moved down a little bit.
Challenging for 5th.
But meanwhile, Bobby Santos III is in 2nd. Bobby Santos III has moved into the 2nd position.
We're inside of 20 laps to go here in Toledo. Tyler pulls the trigger, pulls down to the inside out of 2. Drag races him down the back straightaway. Brian Tyler now into the 3rd position.
So Tyler, after that victory at DeCoy, not quite as doubted as Eldora, but trying to land on the podium again. There's Santos just hanging around Cody Swanson.
Wow, Santos right there, looked low, through 3 and out of 4. Now takes a look to the high side, out of 2, down the back straightaway. Not a lot of time left here. If you're Bobby Santos, you've got to make a move soon.
Yeah, the question is he just better right now? Is Swanson better after he gets that 77 wind up? A little wiggle there in 1 or 2 for the 77.
White flags in the air.
Tom Hansik shows the white flag to Kingsburg, California's Cody Swanson. Bobby Santos running 3rd. Brian Tyler having a magnificent run in the 3rd position. Ladies and gentlemen, he comes around. There's no mistaking about it. You are in the presence of greatness. For the 34th time, he picks up his 6th championship. The incomparable Cody Swanson.
A major puncture wound to the nose and a bent axle became the battle scar Swanson carried for the final 13 circuits en route to victory, and despite all the lingering circumstances, Swanson remained untouchable and unmalleable in his own right. His car seemingly bulletproof, his concentration impervious. Swanson was a champion once more. This was a championship that admittedly wasn't in the plans for Cody Swanson. Not that it was unlikely he could pull it off for a 6th time, but it was for the simple fact that he announced during the offseason that he was only going to compete in the pavement events on the USAC Silver Crown Trail in 2021. An early season change of heart, and utilizing 3 different rides for 3 different teams along the way, Swanson scored an unprecedented 6th Silver Crown title, and was the first driver since Jimmy Sills in 1994 to win the title despite missing a race.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And you think I get my emotions in check at some point, but today's a little bit even harder, you know. I mean, it's such a blessing to even be in a spot to even contend for something like this, and it just proves I had nothing to do with it. You know, I'm so fortunate I had 3 great race teams this year that put me in great cars and gave me great opportunities, and I can't believe it all worked out like this.
Bobby Santos kind of all over you there at the end when that caution came out. After leading the race with such dominance up until that point, what was it like and what kind of challenge was it to have to change your beat there for the last 10 laps and fend somebody off?
Yeah, I mean, I knew he'd be coming, right? I mean, even on the first caution, you still ask, like Pat Sullivan knows, you ask, where's Bobby? Because you know he's coming, and he always is here at the end. And that last caution, you know, lap car spun in front of us, and Tyler Rohrig and I was already there and trying to figure out a way through because I knew Bobby's coming, and I bent the front axle up on this thing. So luckily on the caution, I could scrub in front of the pits, and they could tell, hey, it's gonna fit together. So steering wheel was off and whatever, but that's part of it. It's your job to finish it at the end. And man, I'm so fortunate and so thankful for this entire Doran Racing team, all the effort they put in all year, but for this race that the man I can screw something up and still have a chance for it at the end.
At what point in the year did you and your team decide that you were actually going to go after that championship, not having set out for it in the beginning?
I mean, even today we were talking about that we're not here for points. You know, these guys are here to win races, and I'm thankful that, you know, I had a chance with the Mark Swanson Encore team and Chris Dyson's number 9 to score points on the dirt. It was just one race at a time. You know, that was it, and thought, well, I might as well try to stay alive as long as I could, and the chance to do it here and to pick up a win here at Toledo in front of all the great fans means a lot to me.
What were some of your biggest challenges and successes this season?
Sorry, I missed that.
What were some of your biggest challenges and your biggest successes this season?
I mean, it's always a challenge. Each race of these is, you know. So, I mean, I thought it was a big success, you know, to win with Doran Racing in our first year together with Pavement Silver Crown. But it was a big success for me, for Kent Walters, Josh Carpenter, Ryan Roberts to put the 21 car together and come from 15th to 3rd at Eldora, you know, in the summer. And it was big for me to have a chance with Chris Dyson and Shawn Michael and his whole team to get my first dirt win in 3 years there at Springfield. So it's been a big year, and man, I didn't do any of it alone. I certainly didn't do any of it without my wife Jordan, and I'm just thankful.
Robbie Rice had a dream to become a USAC Silver Crown champion, and in 2021 that dream was fully realized in the team's first full season of competition. With Series Rookie of the Year Logan Seavey as the driver, Rice Motorsports earned the Intrant Championship, making Rice the first ever second-generation Silver Crown champ of any kind, following his father, Larry Rice, who won titles as a driver in 1977 and 1981.
It does. I think we surprised ourselves a little bit. 2 wins. Just wish my dad was here. It was his favorite division ball, so to do this with Ronnie and Logan, it's been special. So we'll know what to do next year, so that might be good or bad, so we'll see.